Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor. We must not let down our guard.
These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair. That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Well done.
Battle is to be avoided, I take it, Arisen.
Let us defer to the Arisen's judgment.
Right you are.
Take care where you place your feet. A sharp incline is as like to throw us off balance as it is our enemies. No one can defend themselves when grappled like this.
It is difficult to explain, but I feel as if I'm possessed of a greater power.
No longer do I feel the probing gaze of the Watching One. I am he who brought the dragon low, and o'er its bones raised the proud kingdom of vermin. Despite the magnitude of my feat, I was dissatisfied, and sought ere greater heights. Thus did I come to know of the Watching One. The being by whose many eyes and ears no one or thing in this world goes unobserved. As to the purpose with which they watch, I know not. Yet I did divine one thing. This world has lain neath the Watching One's unwavering gaze ere the dawn of its history. I despaired at this discovery. If all is but a stage, did that not render my hard-won glories, my throne astride the world, mere spectacles for the all-seeing eye to watch? Why, 'twas all a farce, and I, the fool, exulting in my wooden crown. Do you understand, newest of the Arisen? This is why I sought to fell the Watching One. Alas, though I cut down all who seemed false, be they man or woman, human or beastman, young or old, I did not succeed. Indeed, my efforts led only to my own ruin. I was dubbed the Mad Sovereign, by the hand of a new Arisen, consigned to this place. I can only assume that you have achieved what I could not. How else to explain the changes I sense in the world? Ah, what bitter gall that I cannot witness the outcome for myself. Falter not, newest of the Arisen, for your path is just. And fading spirit though I am, I may yet summon those who can be of aid to you.
I see you have returned, Arisen One. The Mad Sovereign has called, and so we answer. If you would save the people of this world from ruin, lead them here, for this place may chance to escape the coming destruction.
I imagine the people of this world will welcome the tidings that there is a place of refuge awaiting them.
True enough. I do not understand. What has befallen our world?
In truth, I cannot help but fear what lies ahead. Yet I shall defend our master's world all the same.
Succubi arisen! You've been doused in oil! You must steer clear of fire! Hold fast, Arisen! I shan't let you fall! You must remain calm, else all will be lost. Ingenious. My own master must hear of this tactic.
we are none of us alike in vocation. Our respective abilities are unique as well. Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible. This might be worth a read.
Let's have a look then.
Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off a hermit.
This sort of quiet means all's well.
Our research shall save the world entire.
Ah, Arisen. You yet live. I suspected as much, given that your pawn still remains. One might hypothesize that your pawn is sustained by your vital essence. Or perhaps something more. In any case, we ought to apprise one another of the situation. Is there aught you would know? Ah, yes. I trust it has not escaped your notice that the end of days is upon us. After you vanished, together with the Red Dragon, the seas rose to swallow the skies. 'Twas perhaps a month from that evil day when a new calamity befell us. A host of dragons descended from the skies and fell upon the land with fang and claw. Luz the Oracle called upon me ere you arrived. As she tells it, Melve and its environs have already fallen prey to the beasts. 'Tis surely only a matter of time before the rest of the kingdom follows suit. I found the poor creature collapsed by the wayside near Batal. Recognizing your pawn, I decided to take the ailing thing into my custody. I thought it possible that the Arisen's pawn might hold the key to making sense of all this madness. Alas, try what I might, your pawn will not wake. Mayhap you will succeed where I could not. The pawn is, after all, yours to command. Indeed, then I shall take my turn. In your absence, I had hoped your pawn might yield me some information. But tell me, Arisen, what became of you this past month? So, following your plunge into the sea on the dragon's back, some mysterious presence reached out to you. Could that have been the World Forged? Yet why would such a being linger in those fathomless depths? I can only speculate. And speculate I shall. This ought to prove a fruitful avenue of investigation. For that now, if you can find a way to end this interminable slumber, your pawnee is, of course, free to rejoin you.
Oh, Master. How long I've slept? Far too long, it seems. But worry not. Now that I am awake, I shall follow wherever you lead. It is hard to find my footing in this darkness.
So you're here, are you? Now that I think of it, I do seem to recall Lord Phasus lamenting that he be reduced to aiding you. But it matters not. Both he and I are too rushed off our feet to care for such. We seek to devise some means of forestalling these dragons' attacks from above, you see. If you've an interest in helping us fight this battle, perhaps you will join us on Volcanic Island. 'Tis all the same, either way. This world needs no Arisen to save it. Such is Lord Phasus' creed and mine.
Materials, eh? I shan't deny. They have their uses.
You saw the sky fall, I trust. I doubt you could have missed it. And wherever the sky falls, a dragon soon appears to lay waste to the land. Or so I had assumed, after what befell Melv. Yet aught here appears to be different. Has our ruin been forestalled, or merely postponed? I must examine that creature. It may well be the key to unraveling the origins of this cataclysm.
The path through this rock has been sealed to us. There's naught for it but to search for an altar.
Many paths are closed to us now, on account of the dragon's descent, no doubt. But we must find a way to reach it.
Confound this obstruction. But I suppose I ought to have expected this. Answers were ne'er so easily won. Monsters! Summoned by that beast, no doubt.
You have my protection. This one's shaking.
Not bad, eh? That's what you get.
Principle. It seems this is the only way forward. Up we go.
Efficiency at its best.
Once more!
A fine welcome indeed. I can only hope that the worst is now behind us. Principles unproven are as dust on the wind.
Bad worse.
Whatever am I to do?
You need not rest on my account, Master. I've never felt more alive.
What can be achieved without sacrifice?
Forgive me for being a burden, Arisen.
Beast fell powers are twice as terrible in the flesh. Alas, a theory unproven is of little practical use.
did my best to match your skill, Master.
There it is. The dragon at the heart of all this destruction.
I will protect you.
Never did I imagine such a dragon could exist. 'Tis a glad thing we felled it, whatever 'twas.
Oh,
I've got to focus. My shift's only just begun.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
I'll not stick my head where it's been cut off.
Ah, I remember you. What brings you to the encampment? It is a miracle you're still alive. Though I dare say that's true of all of us. Oh? You believe we ought to evacuate? Well, you've traveled far indeed to deliver these tidings. Farther, I dare say, than anyone would go for the sake of an idle jest. If we must leave, we shall have to begin preparations at once. But I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to all that must be done. In fact, there's a rather delicate matter that I could use a blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. Might you escort them here, so that the smith, Gustava, is a man of good sense. But as for his wife, well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always been a contentious sort. She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice, and isn't likely to take kindly to the arrival of any. I can only hope that and while you're taking care of that...
I remember the blacksmith and his lady wife well. I only hope we can convince them to join the evacuation. You have my support. A ballista is a ranged weapon. 'Tis not how we use this, but when that counts. I imagine it would be most beneficial in combat. I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge. Is yours to wield. Here it recovers. This well done. Risen, are you all right? Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the element. rare find. We shall have to think long and hard about what to do with it.
Do you feel the ground tremble underfoot? 'Tis proof that the volcano is very much awake.
Thank you, friend. This place does not have long left, I fear. We ought to get to safety, though I have to wonder if anywhere is safe now. I'd gladly accompany you, believe me. But the others here? Follow me. You'll see what I mean. 'Tis a jail of sorts, this place. A compound where we set captured pawns to work. They were supposed to be digging up old ruins or some such. I confess, I don't know all of the ins and outs of the operation. Underlings like myself were given orders, and little else, you see. Well, here you have it. They've been like this for a month straight now. They refuse to leave. You might as well try talking to a wall. I know they don't die like we do, but it seems cruel to abandon them here, all the same. I never wanted to be here, you know, taking part in all of this. The enslavement of pawns doesn't sit well with me. I suppose that's why I can't bring myself to leave them behind. Either that, or the current state of the world helps to put things in perspective. At any rate, I've tried everything I can think of to get them out, but naught's done any good.
The command came a month ago, or we are to remain here. And
I implore you, Arisen, take...
So they're staying here because they... And they told you that, did they? Strange. I couldn't get a word out of them. I wonder why they saw fit to speak with you. But never mind that. More importantly, you've given me an inkling of the problem at hand. It was the Overseer's doing, methinks. When the world changed, that craven up and ran for his life. But on his way out, he used that artifact they call the God's Way to command the pawns to protect him. I expect that order of his is what the pawns were referring to. But why would they continue to obey when the... Listen, friend. If the Overseer's command... Use that key to have... Best keep your eyes peeled.
A door of sturdy make. 'Twill be impossible without the key.
We shall have to find the key then.
Peruse at your leisure, sir.
So the pawns were being held here by the power of this God's sway. Now they ought be free to make good their escape. Splendid. During my time with Lord Phases, I found myself in a strange state of being. I was conscious of nothing. Nothing that is, save your presence, Master. I cannot explain it. Mayhap 'twas made possible by the bond we share. 'Twas an ordeal indeed, and there is much for us to ponder. But for now, we must find a means to forge ahead.
So, there was naught left of the Overseer but bones, eh? I'll wager he thought to take the pawns with him to the grave. He always was a spiteful old goat. At any rate, I'm well grateful for your aid, friend. Now that the pawns are on their feet, methinks I can get them to safety. I only hope they'll heed my words as they have yours. But I'm not worried. I'll find a way to reach them in time, no doubt. My word! Isn't this the Godsway? With this, I'll be able to guide the pawns to the refuge without delay. Now there's no chance of any of them being left behind. Seems I've no end of things to thank you for, my friend. I appreciate all you've done here. I'll get the pawns to safety, don't you worry.
'Tis strange to think a Godsway would be used to guide my brethren to safety. After all the woe they have caused us. That was certainly worthwhile.
Yes, Master. That went as well as we might have hoped. Let us cast our eyes about and analyze the situation. It is dark enough to warrant the use of your lantern, Master.
Far exceeds that of other men. We must face our foe unflinchingly, however fearsome it may be. Let my magics grant you an elemental strength. The arisen will be torn. Quick, douse the flame! Fall back, and I will heal you with my magics. Wait a moment. You've an opening. Focus your attacks. Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall. Of course. I shall be to our advantage in this battle. We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. Of the Arbor have long treasured these woods. 'Twould sadden them to see it defiled by this creature.
enchantment of cold to freeze our foes.
Prepare yourself.
Hold fast, Arisen! I will be with you in but a moment. Look out, Arisen! It's under attack!
The brine has receded. We'll not find a better opening. Strike the horn. Now! All together now. We attack as one.
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall.
Understood.
The fiend moves nimbly by taking... The creature is gone. Let us revel in the knowledge that this region has escaped its destruction.
Afer morfin in Tarma. Afer pella in Minisvana.
Intal ne Malanta?
As a matter of fact,
Lungtena peli telume, ane martir, tindume ingari...
Nambawi Alelia Yad.
Eldalia Huero.
Ilem nun les canalin Kalia Lum.
Ronde Minita.
I fear for the
Sky
arbor.
glows red with
Yet would
fury.
seem there is
Oh, you return. I am so happy you were gone so long. I was very worried. Oh. You think we should leave the Ark? I am not sure my father will like that idea, but I can try to convince him. Please.
As Arborist, Sir Taliesin is the leader of the Elven people. Let us follow our guide, that we might speak with him.
You have my support.
Nambao.
Findelnar. Nevea nolwende lis kemen. Morivin lis palan oio eromar meltol netara.
Kasinke telpe nun finaler, nun mor arta her. Fionar elwe arfarne nenwen sur orne, I avstir lalastar.
Morvani morivin Findelnar. Nevea tara morivin.
Lis Yavmorin Garina like Asar Kemen Ros Iloratu Anfirtara. Surne Kemen Ros Here non Yav Kuruir, Falis Isel Rod Lintar.
Nullis Amanda Kill Angadur Femo.
Here non nun Lia Findelnar, Lia Wemor. Findelnar Morivin Orne Osto, Firnis Morivin.
Alcarwa Fir Nun Eldaya Ane Martir Tindome Ingarina Fa Alme Alcarwa Sorne An Fameltol Vanalin Huror Soron Kasinke Telpe Nun Findaler Lera Nefir Heranon Anne Artaher Firnis Nun.
Only time will tell whether the cutting shall take root. For now, let us make for the seafloor shrine. By your leave.
More must be urged to evacuate.
We ought to choose our next destination based on the movements of the clouds. It was a pleasure to recount such good tidings.
While you're here, spare a kind word for Ulrika. She's been longing to see you. Kasinke telpe nun finaler. Lera nefir heranon, anne artaher firnis. Eidalia anandor, nun lintan. Heror anne oia fermor, anendune falumtena?
Nenamboe Yavstir Uru Findelnar, Liateren Ayale. Kemen Ros Uru Neteren, Neromen an Artelpe Minasvana. Nun
Luintarme kinalen meltol, parantelume anlis, ne kemen kayayinjo nun sil, ne meltol linkan aldagar an fir nun fiamor. Morivin paran vanis tiel?
Palan menran, lis fa arnefane. Elorato ala, nun mor artaher. Nenwen mor aiwanon, Alcarwa fir nun eldaya menelume sur carilm, iavstir lalastar, nun falasmir magananon?
I thank you, friend. It would be no exaggeration to say that you have saved my people.
Your fight continues, does it not? Be well, and come back safe.
Non li atilmo. Ronde Minotaur.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter. We've a journey to prepare for after all. We can't afford... to cut corners.
We seem to have arrived without issue, but are we safe here?
There's a ladder here. We ought to put it to good use. We must rest, though the sun is still up. I fought many battles in my journey, but the thrill of felling a colossal foe goes unmatched.
I trust we've all inspected our equipment.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.